got my TOEFL certificate, and then I made the insanely bold decision to quit my job. And I packed my bag and I went and I came to Vietnam.
Would you like to share any tips on how a person can practice speaking alone and become fluent?
You have to understand what fluency means. Okay, so fluency in its core, it is the ability to recall words.
Here they don't earn much. And also you're a
Yeah.
polyglot, right? You learned Spanish, Portuguese, Vietnamese.
I would not say I'm a polyglot. I'm a wannabe polyglot.
Wannabe. Okay. So which language did you find the most challenging?
Vietnamese, definitely Vietnamese. Tone has a different meaning. So, for example, like ga, ga, ga,
Oh.
ga, ga. These are all six different words, and they all have six different meanings.
If you're looking to practice your conversations with an AI, I would definitely recommend Sparky. It gives you feedback and it helps you to speak better English. I want to introduce you to a new feature on Sparky. I'm going to record the screen and share it with you. So, the new feature that I'm talking about is repeat and speak. Now, we all know how important shadowing is to improve your English. So, check out this feature, and I found it really amazing. Here, depending on the situations, you can choose. See, at your school, at your child's school, because I keep getting mails and comments how to talk during PTMs, and when you meet a friend, how you can speak, and office conversations, shopping, and then at a kitty party. So there are different levels also. So you can just choose and you can start shadowing. Let me choose this at your child's school. मेरी बात दोहराएं. My child studies in this
My
school.
child studies in
See,
this
it will
school.
also tell you to you in Hindi and then English as well. So you just have to repeat those sentences along with Sparky in English.
What is your child's name?
What is your child's
So,
name?
like this, you can practice conversations with Sparky. So, check out the app. Link to download is in the description box. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Yes, good afternoon. I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing pretty well as well. So, thank you for sending in the request. So, how is the weather in Vietnam?
It's pretty hot actually, because we are having a heat wave right now actually for the past few days. So, I mean, especially in the north, it's pretty different from the south. So, south of Vietnam, it's been scorchingly hot for like almost a month now. But just for the past few days here in Hanoi, where I live in the north,
Okay. And what time is it?
it's 1.5 hours ahead, so it is 3:30 right now.
3:30. Okay. So,
Yeah.
are you having a busy day today?
Not really because summer vacation, so I just stay home and I'm actually studying for my master's as well. So I have time to stay home, study, do some other things also.
Hmm. Okay, that's great. So we'll start with your introduction first. So I have read your mail and I know about you, but for the viewers watching the video, so please
Yeah.
introduce yourself.
All right, so I'm Rahul, but here in Vietnam and everywhere else, people call me Ryan because it's like the international name for me now. And for the past 7 years, I have lived in Vietnam. I've been teaching here for like 6 years. First, I came just to travel, but then I started teaching and I've lived here ever since. And right now, I'm teaching in public schools
Hmm.
in Hanoi. So I teach English, but not the traditional English kind of class that we have in India. I teach English as an extra subject. So it's like a spoken and confidence building class. So in Vietnamese schools, in public schools, they learn grammar and reading mostly, but they aren't confident enough to speak. So that's where foreigners and like other teachers like me come in place over here.
Mm. I think the same applies to Indian schools as well, don't you think?
Yeah, but the thing is that the teacher, there isn't any different particular teacher just to teach you confidence and like enhance your vocabulary or enhance your speaking, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
for
yeah.
me, my job, so what I teach isn't part of the curriculum.
Okay.
It's an extra subject. And the students have a like the students have a choice whether they want to attain my class or no.
Okay,
That's the
it's optional
difference.
for them. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's an option.
What I meant was the thing that they teach in schools, that is grammar and reading, right?
Hmm.
That's what I meant. Even in Indian schools, we do most of
Yeah,
grammar and reading and
yeah,
then
yeah,
writing, but not
yeah.
speaking.
Of course. Of course, of course, of course. But
Mm.
over here in the schools, it's so grammar focused. Like for example, like they have been learning English since grade one. However, even until grade 12, they don't have essay writing, letter writing,
Oh.
nothing. They only are grammar focused.
Mm.
That blows my mind. Like
Yes.
they have been studying English for 12 years. Still, they have never written any paragraph in English or essay. That's where I come in.
Mm.
That's what my job is, to help them. So when I teach, I help them with essays or dialogues, presentation. That's
Mm.
my job.
Okay, then how do you build confidence in people? Because this is something even Indians everywhere, English learners, they
Yeah.
suffer with this, right? Lack of
Yeah.
confidence. So, how do you help them build it?
So, building confidence as it is, like you have to build confidence. So you start small.
Mm.
You start with mini exercises. Just like so we have a lot of group work and working in pairs. So any exercise, let's say like today we learned about the past, and I'll give them at the end like 10 minutes just to talk to your partners and work in group and just ask each other questions in the past or something. So any topic that I teach, last 10-15 minutes, they have to do group work, presentation, uh, working in pairs, such kind of things. This is something that we don't do in India. I don't think I've ever had group work in my class or working in pairs or anything. No. It's only during the oral examination do we actually speak. We are
Mm.
only reading books and stuff. We never speak during the class.
Mm.
So that's one thing.
Yes. And do you think confidence can be built inside a room? Because if you have partners and then you have an offline class where people meet and then they talk and build confidence, so that I can understand. But can it be built within the comfort of your home or living alone or through online sessions?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like, for example, I studied in an English medium school. However, I never really spoke English until I was in college and started working.
Okay.
So for me, I started building my confidence at home. I knew that I was going in college, and the students in my college, they were really like kind of like they came from fancy neighborhoods in south
Mm-hmm.
of Bombay, so they would
Okay.
always speak in English. So I would feel really shy when I would be like, because in school I never spoke English, so I would go home and then I would like practice the questions that they asked me. I
Mm.
would come home, I would stand in front of the mirror, and then, it's like I would try to improve myself at home first, practice by myself, and then go to my college and then see the same thing and then practice again.
Mm.
And that is when my confidence started building slowly. And then when I went to started working, it just kept on building on itself. So at
Okay.
first, it was just at home.
Mm. Okay. Right. And in the mail, you also wrote that you are a CA and you worked as an auditor in Bahrain. Tell me about that story. What made you realize that that wasn't for you?
So ever since I was a child, I was always fascinated by different countries, languages,
Oh.
different cultures, and everything.
Hmm.
So I always had this thing like, what is outside India? How are the people outside India? How are the cultures outside India? I was always fascinated by it. So even my first job, like my real job that I got, it wasn't in India.
Hmm.
I did my internship, my articleship for my CA and everything in India, but my first job was outside India in
Hmm.
Bahrain.
Hmm.
And there I met lots of different people from America, UK, Spain. Like it was a multicultural place, even Arabs, of course, yeah. So that thing led me to study Arabic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because people around me would speak Arabic, and I was like curious, like, hey, what are they saying? I want to learn. Or I
Hmm.
just wanted to be part of that group where they would speak in Arabic. So I
Okay.
learned basic Arabic numbers, like greetings and all. And then I wanted to practice more languages because I was also a huge fond of Spanish. I always wanted to visit Spain and Latin America. So then I joined an app called HelloTalk, and through HelloTalk, I met a lot of English learners.
Hmm.
And then I met a girl who was from Vietnam, and she said like, hey, you are such a good teacher. Like I was really good at teaching English. And like, hey, you're such a good teacher. Why don't you come to Vietnam and start teaching over here? Because at that time, this is back in 2017.
Hmm.
That time Vietnam wasn't so known, to be
Yes.
honest, to
Yes.
anybody.
Yes.
Now it's booming everywhere, but that time nobody really knew about Vietnam. So at that time, while I was working as an auditor, I was teaching English on the side also, just
Okay.
for the fun of it.
Hmm.
But then, there was an itch that I was like, oh, I had this travel itch. So I visited some different countries. I went to Egypt, I went to Dubai, I went to Georgia, a few countries around the Arab world.
Hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I feel so free when I go liberated, when I go to such countries. So
Hmm.
why not I teach, earn money, and travel?
Hmm.
That's when this thing I figured out that there's this thing called TEFL, just
Yes.
teaching English as a foreign
Foreign
language,
language.
or
Yeah.
TESOL, yeah.
Hmm.
So then I decided like, okay, this is something lucrative. I can actually do it. And then slowly I got my TEFL certificate. And then I made the insanely bold decision to quit my job. And I packed my bag and I went and I came to Vietnam,
My
which
God.
which was like massively underconfident thing for me to do at that point of time. My parents were like furious at that. I'm
Hmm.
like, why
Wow.
are you doing this? And because, nobody in India was doing this kind of thing.
Yes.
And when I came to Vietnam, I think I was the only Indian I knew around me or in this area or even in Hanoi who was actually doing this kind of thing. Very few, but then people started to know about teaching online, like earning online and stuff. And then it became like, now I think many people know about it.
Yes, they do. And it's quite a risky decision that you took when we think about
Yeah.
monetary benefits. I mean, teaching is not that lucrative compared to what you used to do in Bahrain, isn't it? It's quite a risky
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah, I mean definitely. But I did do my homework because
Okay.
I went through a lot of Facebook posts and
Mm,
I got to know what salary people get in Vietnam and
okay.
Asian countries.
Okay.
And to my surprise, it was quite a high salary as compared to what any teacher would get in India, any point of
Mm.
time.
Okay. I guess I haven't done my homework properly then.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
Okay.
just imagine. I think I came across this post of an American girl that time. She was earning 4,000 US dollars 10
Mm.
years ago,
Oh my
teaching
God.
in an international school.
English,
Yeah, that was insane at that time.
of course.
I mean, even like earning $4,000 in today's
Yeah, it's
rate
big. Yeah.
is too much. I don't think you would ever earn so much as an English teacher in India.
Yeah, of course, that's true. Here they don't earn much. And also you're a
Yeah.
polyglot, right? You learned Spanish, Portuguese, Vietnamese.
I would not say I'm a polyglot. I'm a wannabe polyglot.
Wannabe. Okay. So which language did you find the most challenging?
Vietnamese, definitely Vietnamese.
Hmm.
Because Vietnamese is a tonal language, like
Right.
Chinese.
Hmm.
So every tone has a different meaning. So for example, like ga, ga, ga,
Oh,
ga, ga. These are all six different words and they all have six different meanings.
oh my
So
God.
you have to be very careful when you speak out loud.
Hmm. It's quite surprising, right? I have not found
Yes,
this
yes,
in
yes.
any of the language. I mean, I'm not a
Yeah, yeah,
polyglot,
I
of
know.
course, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for
uh,
me, when I first started learning Spanish, Spanish came to me very quickly. Like it was super easy, I felt. Just the speed was a bit difficult, but grammatical also it was a bit difficult. But you know, the understanding of Spanish when it comes to English, it was very very straightforward. The
mhm,
transition from me learning English to Spanish, it was very straightforward. Even Portuguese.
mm,
However, other languages like Arabic, French, Vietnamese, Russian, they all have different sounds
yes.
which are quite difficult to understand
Mhm.
and
Oh,
even like to mimic, you know.
mm, okay. And what other cultural differences surprise you when you moved to Vietnam?
Not so many to be honest, because it's an Asian country, right?
Yes.
So we
Yes.
have this family-oriented culture which still
Mm,
prevails in India and in
yes.
Vietnam.
It's
We still
common.
have that. Food-wise, okay, a little bit different because over here, like they do have like meat in every dish
Mm,
every meal that they have as compared to India. But now, you know, slowly as they are more present, like people who see and follow veganism and vegetarianism, they have shifted from meat to a vegan diet and eating less meat. That's one big difference. Like over here,
mm,
meat is essential for almost every meal that they have.
mm.
But apart from that, okay, there's a drinking culture also,
Yes.
which isn't so much in India.
India, of course, yes.
Yeah. So not
Okay.
not so many differences to be honest.
Mm, right. Also, would you like to share any tips on how a person can practice speaking alone and become fluent?
So first you have to understand what fluency means. Okay, so fluency in its core, it is the ability to recall words that you know and express them through words so that the listener can understand or the reader can understand. So if I am able to convey my message through a steady flow of words, I'm fluent. However, if I take a lot of time to think, recall words, which happens, you know, when we are translating words in our
Mm,
head,
yes.
that is when you become not so fluent because you are processing your head, like
Mm.
words in your heads,
Yes.
translating. So it's like there is no continuous train of thoughts.
Yes.
It has to come naturally. That is when you become fluent. So moving forward, when you're at home, first you need to assess what your current level is.
Mm.
So that's very important. If it's like, when you first start, when a kid starts anyway, when you are a kid, you do not start speaking fluently about abstract ideas. You
Mm.
first start speaking about the things you know around you, things which matter, the things that you see. It's the same way when you're at home. Even when I learn a language, I don't go to abstract thinking straight away.
Mm.
What if this, what if that?
Mm.
You have to be fluent first in the areas that surround you, like myself, my hobbies, my town, the way I like my dinner, my lunch, my something, anything that you see around you. Try to build confidence in this first. That's what I think.
Mm.
If you are able to express something that is in and around you confidently, then you should move forward to something that is unfamiliar to you, like politics, environment, something that is a bit more advanced. So basically, when I learn a language, I always think about to be fluent in family, food, travel,
Yes.
music, movies, some things that I like, I personally like.
Right.
And I like watching something related to this. And if you see, when you are even, let's say you're an advanced level fluent speaker, you are using 90% of the words that you knew when you are at B1, A2 level.
Mm.
You did not move straight forward for like, and you change all the words
Yes.
from A1 to C2. No,
No.
only the few chunk of words that you use at an advanced level, they change. But at the basic root level, you are still using the same words. Like until now,
Yes.
I think I'm quite fluent enough. I did not use any idioms. I did not use any fancy words, but my train of thought is going smooth.
Mm.
So this ability is something that anybody, any listener out there should be mastering first, is to be calm,
Mm.
speak slow, not ramble, because I used to do that. I used to, when somebody would ask me, I'd be like, so what happened is, I would ramble, I would mumble, but then I would take like a second, like, okay, calm down, think first, gather your thoughts properly, and then try to speak slowly.
Mm.
And it goes like a wave.
Right.
You should not try to speak fast, and you shouldn't try to speak so slow that I have to like hold on to your thought. Because I do hear some people,
Mm.
they would start like, what I did was like,
Yes.
and then I came like, okay, if I like, so there are such
Very fast.
big
Right.
pauses that I have to then recall, like, oh, what did he say 5 seconds ago? Oh my God, I forgot what he said 10 seconds ago now. So it's kind of like disturbing for any listener
Mm.
to hear that. So yeah, basically, calm yourself first, practice, okay? Practice a lot. I
Mm.
would practice the same speech, same dialogue
Mm.
repeatedly.
Okay.
Yeah. I would go over the same videos again and again,
Repetition.
just for me to be able to practice my speech, my pronunciation, and be confident in one subject first.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Mm. Which
Because
was your best
now,
practice when you were practicing alone? So, which one did
yeah,
you like the most, shadowing or recording?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, shadowing until even now, I love shadowing because as so I actually have this speech problem, okay? So my mouth doesn't open much when I'm
Okay.
speaking.
Okay.
So I do, it's like,
Mhm.
your mouth has a memory just like anything. If
Yes.
you don't speak a lot, your mouth will forget.
Mm. Mm. How to move. Yeah.
Yeah, how to move. So just the other day, like no, not the other day. It was like I think a few years ago. I was talking with an Australian guy, and I was talking about the indigenous people in Australia.
Okay.
Even though I did read this word 100 times, indigenous, I said indigenous,
Okay.
and he did not understand.
Mm.
And I was like, what? Why isn't he understanding? I said the word correctly, indigenous, indigenous. But then I went home, then I came home and I saw the dictionary and I was like, oh, it's indigenous.
Yes.
Just for the fact that my
Mm.
mouth didn't know how to say this word, I couldn't make him understand.
Mm.
So speaking is crucial to be able to be fluent in any word. That's why I always tell my students, don't try to perfect any accent, but
Mm.
try to practice your pronunciation. Because if
Right.
you are able to pronounce the word properly, the listener may or may not understand.
That's true.
Yeah. So my best practice when I would always practice is pronunciation, and
Mm.
I would always over pronounce my words,
Okay.
so that my mouth, it's stretches.
Yes.
So whenever I try to like open my mouth as wide as possible, when I speak normally, my mouth doesn't hurt. And then,
Mm.
I can speak for a long time.
Mm.
So whenever I would like, let's say I'm singing a song and I want to practice, I would say like, I wanna take my horse to the old time road. I would
Mm.
overdo everything. And when I speak, I would speak so clearly.
Mm.
So for me, this was one thing that I learned from a YouTuber is to overdo something first.
Okay.
And then anything you do normal would feel so easy because
Yeah.
you have practiced the difficult first.
Yes.
I mean, this was very helpful for me when I would learn a language.
Yes.
If you practice the difficult part a lot,
Mm.
the normal part will feel easy.
Yeah. That's so true. Quite deep.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I do actually, this is something I actually learned when I was a kid. I remember watching an anime
Okay.
of a guy practicing a one movement with 50 kilograms of weight on his arm.
Mm.
And then when he removed it, his arm would move so naturally, it was fast.
Yes.
But with this, because he practiced the difficult part so much, this felt easy.
Easy. Yes. Yes.
So even like, when you are speaking, I would overdo, I would make my speech as difficult as possible so that the normal part feels easy.
So you recommend beginners go for really difficult input or like challenge themselves first so that normal input seems fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, 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 that's is absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that take the easy part, the level that you have,
Hmm.
and try to make that part difficult. Like, let's say if I am hearing a new language, okay, any new language or any advanced thing, I would first listen to it slow. I would understand it. Then I would up the speed. I would go to the normal speed. And then I would go beyond the normal speed.
Hmm.
So that when I listen to the normal part, I'm so ready for it. So even right now, just like 1 hour ago,
Mm.
I was trying to practice my speech and I was listening to a song at 2x, not
Oh,
1x, not the normal speed,
2x.
2x. So that the difficult part for me, even though I have heard it 100 times at 1x, I was trying to listen it on 2x
Mm.
so that my listening is super advanced at first and then easier and easier when it comes to normal. Because you know what happens is like let's say like many people struggle to understand native speakers
Yeah.
because they are listening to slow podcast or like easy listening.
Mm.
And when the native speakers speak fast, they're like, oh my God, I don't understand what they said
Yes.
because their ears aren't trained for the fast speech. So, like for the classical example of like, what are you doing?
Mm.
Native speakers don't say, what are you doing?
Yeah.
They'll say, what are you doing?
Yes.
So, even if let's say like, what you doing? Or do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or so these are like the native level speakers. They speak like this.
Yes.
But when the learner doesn't listen to what he learned,
Mm.
he's like, oh my God, I don't understand it.
Yes.
So you have to train your ears, your speech to the difficult level also. First, go slow. Of course, you have to go
Mm.
slow. You cannot go fast first, but you have to stretch that to the as difficult part as you can, and then the normal part becomes easy.
Mm.
So I remember specifically, just like a week ago, I met a friend. He's an African American friend. So he said something like, I asked him like, "Have you got something?" He said, "I ain't got no nothing." Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it was only because I knew what he said. I could understand because I have practiced this a lot of listening. So
Yes.
he said, I ain't got nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But he said so fast
Mm.
for any beginner, he will not understand. So once you have reached a certain level, you must try the difficult ones also.
Mm. Yes, they use a lot of contractions, which becomes
Exactly.
difficult for us, especially as Indians. We don't talk like that in India, at least.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing because when Indians, tend to speak very clearly when we speak English.
Yes.
So when we watch movies in English, we tend to like, oh my God, it's so difficult. We don't understand it
Yes.
because our ears aren't trained for that. Our teachers, they don't speak like native speakers because we all have Indian teachers. So that's the thing.
Mm.
Once you reach certain level, you must switch and do practice certain American, certain British.
Yes.
Not too difficult also. Even for
Mm.
me, like I listen to some Scottish accents
Oh.
or Irish accents. It's just way too difficult for me.
Mm.
But you do have to train to a certain point.
Yes, yes. You have to continuously keep challenging yourself a little bit at a time
Exactly.
so that you keep
Exactly.
learning. Otherwise, you just reach a plateau stage and you don't know what to
Yeah,
do next.
exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, any questions from your end? We have very limited time left, unfortunately. Did you want to
Yeah, I know,
ask me
I know.
anything?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, like, I would okay, I would like to tell something to the listeners, okay?
Yes, please.
Definitely. Like, so I see a lot of listeners have like, because YouTube is now such a huge, massive library of learning,
Yep.
you know, and we are continuously just learning new stuff.
Hmm.
But the thing is that we aren't practicing what we are learning. We are learning 10 things at a time, but we aren't really using those 10 things, even a single thing, maybe. Maybe you are, but we are consuming content at an enormous like level, you know. So for me, my point is that if you watch a video or anything, don't watch 10 more videos with different topics. Stick to one video, learn that, instill that thing in your language, and then move forward to another thing. And as a beginner, I would always advise you to avoid those 10 best idioms to get to sound like a native speakers, and 10 powerful words,
Mm.
because those are only for like advanced level speakers. If you're at a very basic level, intermediate level, you don't need those words unless you want to take a test. Like I hear this, like I have seen this one word so many times, yet I have never used it even once in my lifetime. Epitome, like
Mm.
Epitome.
Yes.
I see it
Epitome.
like being, you're like don't mispronounce. But how many times have you really used this word? So it's like, you should be a smart learner in the with the thing is that try to remove the things that don't concern you or don't matter to you. Try to stick to the thing that matters to you at that point of time. If you're a beginner or intermediate, don't try to see all these things.
Mm.
Focus on your thing first. If you see that you aren't confident at a basic level, focus on that. Master that level first. As
Mm.
Bruce Lee said, I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times instead of the man who practiced 10,000 kicks one time. So practice your one skill first and then move forward.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very wonderfully explained. Your experience talks in it, right? Like the way you speak, the way you explain shows you have so
Yeah.
much of experience in handling learners from very basic level. You know properly how to address different levels and starting
Yeah.
from basic. So that is how
Yeah.
I really liked your explanation.
This was something I don't remember who said it, but it was like very basic. And it was like, if I think it was Einstein or something, I don't really remember. It said,
Mm, I
if
remember that
you
too.
if you cannot explain a concept to a 5-year-old, you don't understand it yourself.
Mm.
You have to make everything to a 5-year-old kid. If he's able to understand, if you just think, if you're a beginner speaker, if you can speak fluently with a 5-year-old, you have achieved your level. If you're intermediate level speaker, if you can speak with, okay, a native speaker, okay, if you can
Mm.
speak with a 7-year-old, 8-year-old kid from America or England, you have reached intermediate level. Because I have seen the level of English in like seventh standard, eighth standard of British people, American people. That's way too high for us
Oh.
Indians. I mean, like for the normal state board level, okay?
Mm. Mm.
International, I'm not saying, but their level of English is just, and even the level of curriculum that they have is just too
Too
high.
high. Yeah.
So if you're a beginner, focus on beginner level stuff first.
Yes. Great, great advice. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was really
Yeah,
insightful learning from you, and I really hope the audience get to learn, not only learn,
yeah.
apply whatever you have told.
Apply,
So thank you
yes.
so much for your time.
Yes, yes, no problem. Okay.
Okay. Have a good day.
Yes, have a good day to you too. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.